When people hear the word Calvinism, many think of stern theologians, heavy doctrines, or endless debates around predestination. But for me, Calvinism is not just a system of theology. It is a source of comfort, clarity, and worship. In this video, I want to share why I love Calvinism. At the heart of Calvinism is this: God is sovereign. Every detail of creation, every event in history, every breath I take, it all unfolds according to His will. That may sound intimidating at first, but to me it is deeply comforting. If God is in control, then nothing is random. My life is not left to chance, but rests in the hands of a loving Father. Calvinism reminds me that faith is not about me trying harder, but about God's power and grace. It shifts the focus away from human achievement and onto God's glory. That God-centered perspective fills me with awe. Calvinism is often summarized by the acronym TULIP, but at its core, it's about grace. Radical, undeserved, overwhelming grace. Total depravity reminds me of my need, how far I fall short. Unconditional election reminds me that God chose me, not because of anything I've done, but because of His love. Limited atonement shows the power of Christ's death, effective and complete for His people. Irresistible grace reminds me that when God calls, His call is life-giving and unstoppable. And the perseverance of the saints assures me that God will never let me go. Every point magnifies the mercy of God. Calvinism doesn't shrink grace, it makes grace bigger and stronger. Another reason I love Calvinism is because it gives me assurance. If my salvation depended on me, on my fragile willpower, my imperfect obedience, or my wavering faith, I would be lost. But Calvinism tells me that my salvation depends on Christ. He is the author and the finisher of my faith. He who began a good work in me will carry it to completion. That truth anchors me. It means I can rest in the finished work of Christ rather than constantly fearing that I might fall away. When I see God's sovereignty in all things, it doesn't make me fatalistic. It makes me worship. To know that God rules over galaxies, over history, over nations, and over the smallest details of my life fills me with reverence. It makes every moment of life meaningful. It turns suffering into something purposeful. It turns blessing into reasons for gratitude. It turns theology into doxology. So why do I love Calvinism? Because it exalts God, because it magnifies His grace, because it gives me assurance, and because it leads me to worship. For me, Calvinism is not a cold system, it is a warm fire, a reminder that God is sovereign, Christ is sufficient, and grace is everything. That is why I love Calvinism.